I always struggle with choosing colors that I need to use in my project. So I need to have a step-by-step process that I can follow in each and every project, or else I would get lost. So in this video, I will show you exactly that, how to choose the right colors for your website. When you are choosing the colors for your website, the first thing you have to consider is your brand. If you already have a brand color scheme, then you should use those colors in your website design. This will help you reinforce your brand image and make your website look cohesive. And if you don't have a predefined color scheme, then you should consider the meaning for each color before picking the right one. For example, red is often associated with passion and love, while blue is often associated with value and trust. So for example, if you're designing a website for a law firm, like we see here, you will want to use more professional and conservative colors, like they have chosen here in this website. They are using blue and navy. On the other hand, if you're designing a website for a children's toy store, then you will have to go with more brighter colors and more playful colors like yellow, red, violet. Like we see in this example, it's so bright and colorful and inviting for kids to look at. Now that you have chosen your primary color, it's time to create the color palette. A color palette basically includes a combination of complementary colors that goes well with your main color. This will give you more flexibility when designing the website, and it would help add visual interest to your pages. It would also help you to create more layers to your website depending on the color you are choosing. And the most popular approach for creating a color palette is actually using what's known as a color wheel. This is a tool that shows the relationship between different colors, and it can help you to choose colors that complement each other. For example, you can choose colors that are opposite to each other on the color wheel, such as we see here with the blues and the oranges, to create a vibrant and energetic scheme, for example. Or you can choose colors that are next to each other, such as blue and green, to create a calming and harmonious scheme, for example. Or you can choose an online color generator like this one. It's called mycolor.space. You can go to this website and enter your primary color. For example, let's go with this shade of green and click generate. It then automatically generates a color palette that matches your primary color. As we see here, the color that we chosen is the primary, and it has generated for us a set of complementary colors that goes well with this one. You can scroll and choose the one that you like. I personally like this one. It's good. This one is good. For the purpose of this video, I advise you to choose a 3-color palette set. We will go into more details why we are going to choose 3, but for example, we can take these 3 as example. We can use this one as our primary color, this one as our complementary color, and this shade of orange as our accent color. By the way, one mistake I think a lot of people fall into is that they don't consider black and white as actual colors. Like this example here is a website I designed for a client. We went with the black and white approach, and as you can see here, it actually conveys a very classy image about the brand that you are working with. And this website primarily is almost all white and black colors. Now that we have chosen the primary color and created a very interesting color palette, it's time to think about distribution of these colors throughout the website. It's important to use them in a creative and smart way throughout the website pages. The most common method to use the colors that you choose is to go with the 60-30-10 ratio. This is basically a rule that is borrowed from interior design. The gist of it is actually to use the 3 colors that we already picked. That's why I said earlier that maybe you would like to choose only 3-color palette. In the intent of using the primary color as the 60% of our design, the complementary color as 30%, and the accent color as 10%. As we can see here in this design, the blue color is the most used color of the palette, and then followed by this color and then the accent color. Or this example, like here we are using the main color. As we can see here, this website is almost all the main color. with the complementary color taking almost 30% of the page, and the accent colors highlighting the key parts of the page, as we can see here in the call to action button and this icon here. Or also in this example, we can see here that the main color is almost 60% of the page, the complementary color is almost 30% of the page, and the accent is taking the part of the most important elements of the page. In this case, we are using white to highlight this title, the links to the pages, and the logo. In conclusion, choosing the right colors for your website is a very important part in creating a user-friendly and cohesive experience. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching and see you next time.